March 27, 2024 applies to, or in regards to one Brian Christopher Williams, aka Birdman, aka Baby, Denzel Hayes Washington Jr., Sean Love Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, and Giselle Amon Robinson, aka Young Jock. And this describes an incident at the Playboy Mansion here in Simi Valley on or around 2009-2010 while she was in foster care. I, Allison Leilani Carter, previously known as Outlaw, test under oath the following account of mine and all my alter parts personal experiences to be true and accurate to the best of our knowledge regarding the Playboy Mansion after party attended by Birdman, Denzel, Diddy, and Young Jock. My birthday is February 15th, 94. Damn, that's my father's birthday. And this party was on or around, there's only a few snapshots of the affidavit here. She hasn't released the whole thing. Supposedly she released this information herself, so trying to find a full document. She has it within her possession, man. So anyway, party favors means that kids are literally set on a table and had to wait for people to come choose them for relations. Once they were done having relations, the kids were placed back on the party favor table, and someone else could then come and pick them out from the table and repeat the process. I had to have relations with so many people that night, I cannot remember them all, and some of the other alters hold those memories. Partygoers went into a frenzy / group setting mindset. Once the DJ started the music and turned on the flashing lights, there were fetishes happening everywhere, and they kind of separated them into areas where specific fetishes was happening. For instance, the fetish of having sex in a red liquid was in one area, while having sex with four-legged beings was in another area. People were just in a crazed and kind of frenzy. When the music started, I was sitting on a party favorite table. The main room was big like a ballroom. There were outlying doors around the edges of the room. Some of the doors were shut, but you could still see the food sex table, the party favorite table, and many other things. There were different types of parties happening in different areas of the house. I had to sit on the party favorite table and wait to be chosen, the way someone would choose a gift bag off the table at a birthday party. Two guys took me off the table and they brought me, all right, she bouncing around in this, and was part of the Kings of Comedy. He also wore was a part of the Kings of Comedy. He also wore a gold chain. He was complaining that he didn't hour set, but there was no one to smash backstage. This comedian broke the no backdoor relations rule and had backdoor relations with me anyway and just laughed. I screamed for my handler / pimp. Everyone was laughing and I ended up getting in trouble. I was then told to have relations on the table with a girl who was my age. Then they brought in donkeys and burros and we had to have relations with them too. There were several girls that had to have relations with animals while everyone watched. Another girl and I ended up throwing up afterward and they rubbed our faces in it as punishment. Yeah, man. So that's just from her affidavit she wrote in regards to some case. It says, State of California, subscribed here on 25th of April, 2024. Allison Leilani Carter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all this shit could be doctor, bro, but like I say, she's been talking about this stuff for a little bit now, man. I'm going to show y'all some more pretty graphic testimony, at least, man. This is her right here. She dropped this interview a few days ago. I ain't gonna play the whole thing. It's about 30 minutes long, bro. But this definitely gives you a synopsis of what's going on. Latest update from Allie Carter, human trafficking survivor.
I never thought that we would see the day where Diddy would get arrested. And I told you guys in that Maria Z interview in 2021 that no one tells on Diddy. P. Diddy. All right? Just the same way nobody tells on Denzel Washington. People don't usually talk and stop and think about the children victims that are going through things right now as we speak and the ones who suffered through all this bullshit. I decided to stop for a second and do some projects with projects all around because we just said, you know what? This is our life. It's not changing. We stopped somewhere and I've been hiding. My mom and I have been hiding. We've had our head down. We've tried to back up. We've tried to tell you everything that we can, and now we have people messaging us, investigators, people that want to talk now, when now it's because it's trending. We're still not on the subject of the kids. All the adults are covering their asses. All the adults are, I left at a certain time, yet you knew children were there. You knew these parties were not okay. They weren't freak-offs. They were satanic ritual orgies. Get it straight. It wasn't just adults in these parties. The adults were responsible for the child sex slaves that were in the party. And one of those children were me. Now, those who are trying to come at us now, talking like, oh, well, now the Diddy's out, now that you can talk. For why? Because we tried to have a case with Child Protective Services. We gave them 8 months worth of evidence. 8 months worth of evidence. That didn't even do a crumb. They took that case and they hid it. If you are a survivor and if you are a real victim, be careful. Because these hotline numbers that they're putting out, I don't trust them. I wouldn't do it.
They take your information to see what you have.
They're taking inventory.
And then they shut it down. Mm-hmm. They're taking inventory. So don't trust them.
That's our mama talking.
Don't trust the feds. Don't trust the judges. Fuck all y'all. You're all guilty. You're all corrupt. Any attorney that's taking money to defend Diddy, you're nasty and vile.
That's blood money.
That's blood money.
That's all blood money. You do know that, right? Whether you take money from him to shut up, whether you take money from him for period, that's blood money. I don't want anybody's money. You see all the people running? They're ducking and hiding because everybody knows that there is children there. But we're still not talking about the kids yet. When are we going to talk about the kids? Everybody's demanding something from the victims. Why aren't you demanding it from the news? You know he's about to turn into another Epstein, and then the list follows, and it circles back into a web. So why isn't anybody demanding any information on the kids? Huh?
Where'd that supply chain come from?
Do you think that thousands of bottles worth of baby oil was for thousands of who? $65,000 worth of hot dogs and pizza was for who? Trafficking over the border was for who? Child Protective Services is your supplier. Is anybody going to talk about that? The immigrants that are coming across the border, that all those kids that they were just scooping up out of boats and out of the water, they're now coming in and they're throwing them right into the system. Aurora, Colorado, Springfield, Ohio. Where do you think all those kids are going? This ain't about an election anymore. Y'all know that, right? The election is canceled. Because everybody that you love, you don't live in the world you think you do. Everybody that you think is not guilty is about to show you who they really are. I've been screaming for years. So now, if you see me over here trying to live a normal life and tying up loose ends as justice, mind your fucking business. Nobody ever thinks about the victims. Nobody. The victims' lives get turned around when the predators' lives want to just get announced. You slap them on the wrist and you bring up every source of trauma for the victim. But nobody wants to stop and think about that. We're not talking about the victims that are still going through the shit right now with other people who are running to cover their ass and deleting their social medias. Pink, Megan Fox, Tyra Banks, Steve Harvey. Why are you running? Our PTSD lives on every damn day that they did what they did. But it's only talked about when it's trending. We got legal evidence to drop. I just don't know what's the point. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z, I did that interview in 2021. 7 months ago. We made sure, I already knew, that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested. I already knew that 7-8 months ago. We went and made sure there were sworn documents. We have them. When we went to Colorado for the A to Z event, we had a lot of legal evidence that we made sure we already had because we knew a list of people were about to get got. You can't run for that long. I'm just shocked we're finally seeing the day.
You throwing out that C word, that child word now, man. You know what I mean? That's a whole different ball game, bro. It's a whole different ball game, dog. You know, right here we just talking about freak offs. You know what I'm saying? Blackmail, exploiting motherfuckers, leveraging motherfuckers. We talking about kids now. Talking about kids now, bro. And this, you know, of course, it's much bigger than Diddy. You know what I mean? But just Diddy is the one that's in the line of fire right now. Bro, we know it all goes much higher up than Diddy, bro. All these fools is all sick and demented or whatnot, man. So it's going to be very interesting to see, man. The year of the truth, bro. The year of the truth, dog. All lies will be exposed in 2024, bro. Like, that motherfucker there's a prophet. There's video footage of her saying much more in-depth things in regards to the whole industry as well, too. She talks about tunnels being up under the Playboy mansions and cities and parties all taking place underground where, you know, children are trafficked, and she talks about how children are selected and what's done to the children before they're selected, and it's far too graphic in nature for me to even attempt to put on my YouTube channel, bro. Like I'm testing it with this fucking video, bro. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this shit here. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to navigate our way around this somewhere, bro. But like, this shit needs to be out, dog. 'Cause this ain't just somebody leeching on to what's trending, bro. Like, her shit is timestamped. She got videos saying the exact same thing years ago, right?